Good morning. We're on top of Bald Rock in northern New South Wales. Now I brought with me this book. This is a field guide to the National Parks of New South Wales. It was written by Alan Fairley, published in 1978. 1978 was a good year. Now, at the time this book was published, New South Wales had 45 national parks, including this one. So this one is Park 9, Bald Rock. So I'm going to read a little bit about what Alan had to say, and then we'll talk a bit more about some other things. So Bald Rock is part of the granite uplands of the far northern tablelands, situated 29 kilometres north of Tenterfield, between the Mount Lindesay Highway and the Queensland border. So for a geological view, the central feature of the park is Bald Rock itself, a solid granite dome, some 750 metres long, 500 metres wide, which rises 260 metres above the surrounding bushland to a height of 1,341 metres above sea level, and is thought to be the largest granite rock, the largest exposed granite rock in the southern hemisphere. And what a beautiful spot. A historical view. The area now contained within the park has been used for a number of purposes before its dedication as a national park. The indigenous people knew this area as Bunu Bunu, meaning Big Rock. At the time of writing, the significance of this site remained uncertain. Since then, it's been revealed that this rock was actually used as a neutral meeting place between a number of groups of indigenous people who lived and moved around the different areas on the different sides of this rock. The rock itself was reserved for public recreation in 1906, but all this surrounding land has been used for agricultural purposes. The intensity of that use has steadily decreased from the 1930s onwards. Local groups have maintained an access road and a picnic area in this location since 1950. The park is so close to Girrawheen National Park in Queensland, and it is anticipated that future additions to the area of both parks could link the two. At the time of writing, this park was actually only 2,000 hectares, only a small area around the rock and where the campground is and some of the walks. By now, it's over 8,000 hectares, and it does link up with Girrawheen just across the border. A botanical view. Soils derived from the adamellite are not very fertile, being generally sandy, coarse and porous. And you can see that here. In all these soils here, there's big lumps of quartz everywhere, with small amounts of organic matter built up from the plants, dropping leaves and so on. So a lot of the trees and the plants that grow here are happy in porous soils, where they'll get frequent rain because we're up in the mountains, but generally it's a well-drained soil and they don't like to have wet feet. Okay, you've got all of these type of plants around us. We've got some baronias, small gum trees. There's some cypress pines even grow up here. A lot of different things that grow and are quite hardy and happy in this type of granite country. So mammals, reptiles and birds. Large macropods are conspicuous throughout the park, so lots of kangaroos and wallabies, all sorts of wallabies. Since we've been here, we've seen some grey kangaroos. We also saw some redneck wallabies. There's a whole range of other wallabies that have been recorded here. Greater gliders, feather-tailed gliders, ring-tailed possums, brush-tailed possums, sugar gliders, bandicoots, wombats, and so on. There's a lot of skinks here. A lot of birds, crimson rosellas, eastern rosellas, kookaburras, pied currawongs, magpies, butcherbirds, and so on, not to mention wedge-tailed eagles. Now, I haven't seen any yet, but I'm going to be prowling around for a little while, having a look to see if I can see any eagles or any other birds while we're up here on the rock. And the yellow-tailed black cockatoo is also in the area. We've been hearing it this morning, but I haven't seen it yet. So what a beautiful location. So my plan is, I'm going to bring this book with me, and over the next few years we'll travel around to as many of these parks as we can, and we'll try to make a video at each one, and we'll explore the area. We'll try and understand a bit of it, how it was in the time of Fairley, and then we'll see what it looks like now. and we'll be able to see the changes that have happened since 1978.
Four Rock. How long did it take us, Justine?
An hour and 3/4.
Take an hour off that time.
Oh, you're listening to a video.
Oh, sorry. No.
I'm answering your video.
Close your